On folks, Earthmaster here, jumping in on the Earthquake Live 3D stream with an update video here tonight for September 15th, 2020, 8:12 p.m. West Coast time here. And just taking a look at the Earthquake 3D globe here, shows a little bit of activity out here that's been picking up over on the West Coast. Not a whole lot of major activity to report. They did have an earthquake over there around Nevada, 4.2. Originally a 4.4, got downgraded there a couple times. Right around Mina, Nevada. The latest earthquake here on the map, a 3.6 up there near the Aleutian Islands region. Taking a look at the map here on the trimmer from the PNSN website. Still showing some activity today, 9:15, right, is today's date. You can see activity still continuing in the same spots as we've seen over the past couple days there, which tells me that the slippage obviously is still continuing. Not as many epicenters today, only 334 compared to, I believe we were looking at 1,200 or more yesterday and the prior day as well. So definitely a lot of movement been taking place over the last 36 hours or so, and that's still continuing today by the looks of it. Here along the West Coast, a little bit of activity on the San Andreas Fault. Also, well, here in the central part of the San Andreas Fault, and also on the southern part down here. Kind of an area we're watching for right there, smack dab on the locked section of the San Andreas Fault. This earthquake at 3.1 near Morongo Valley, 16 kilometers below the surface, taking place just off, like I said, just off the San Andreas Fault here, probably about maybe less than a mile away from that specific locked section. You know, the locked section is the area that they're concerned about, scientists and pretty much everyone that lives down there. They're concerned that you know, this area down here will be the place for the big one, 8.0 or greater, when it comes to releasing energy down here along the southern section of the San Andreas Fault. So not a big quake taking place down there, just a little 3.1. But it's still nonetheless within that vicinity there where we haven't seen a lot of activity. Also up north here, Romas, California, seen a little earthquake on the creeping section, the 2.5. Actually just north of creeping section, it looks like, near the Santa Cruz Mountains, 2.5 at about 7 kilometers below the surface. That's the 2.5 and above map. Of course, Nevada has seen that 4.2 out there in the area where they've seen quite a bit of aftershock activity in recent months following that large quake that struck back there, you know, of course, a few months ago. I can't remember exactly how big that was. We'd have to go back to, well, we'd have to go back further than 30 days, but I'm not going to do that right now. Just kind of make this a little short update video. Got my nephew here, so it's kind of hard to get in and update. Pacific Northwest up here, seeing some activity. Right around Seattle, some microquakes going on. Other than that, Cascadia subduction zone surface quakes, none. Pretty quiet out there, but remember, we're still seeing a lot of subduction here, slippage, tremor along this area of the Cascadia subduction zone underneath the western portions here of Washington, Oregon, and parts of Northern California. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Yellowstone National Park, relatively quiet. Some of that earthquake activity that showed up, that big one that kind of popped off there. What was that one? I forgot that size earthquake. And I think that 4.5 may have even showed up there in Nevada, or that earthquake there in Nevada showed up on the Yellowstone station. Not 100% sure. Looks like there was a bigger signature there. I can't remember which magnitude quake that was though, but it's definitely old. No new activity. Well, I think that was that from that's right, that Russia earthquake last night, the big deep 6.4 quake that struck up there. That's the signature from that specific earthquake there showing up on the seismograph station. So not a whole lot, folks, to talk about here on the earthquake map here, but we will talk about earthquake history here. Back in, gotta go to the 15th here, right? Once again. Looks like a 6.0 and 5.9 back in 1976 there in the Austria-Italy border region. Looks like they occurred within about 6 hours of each other there. Not huge quakes, but definitely caused some extensive damage around the area. quite a bit of homeless people, or caused quite a bit of people being homeless. And it was definitely felt through quite a bit of Central Europe out there. Also 1905, back on this date, a large 7.4 earthquake occurred near the Fox Islands, Alaska. One of the largest earthquakes in the United States there. So anyway, folks, yeah, got to cut it short tonight. We will be watching the live stream here for a little bit, as my nephew allows me to. And we'll go from there. Latest updated information on the hurricane out there, Hurricane Sally. As 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time, looks like 75 mile per hour sustained winds, so Category 1 once again. Gust up to 90, moving towards the northeast at about 2 miles per hour. Pretty slow. Definitely slowing down there, so going to create some massive rainfall amounts there. Anyway, have a good night, folks. We will catch you guys a little bit later. Stay safe out there.